Just to get better. I'll be honest with you, I've always treated every orange and blue scrimmage or scrimmage that's like the orange and blue more like a practice than I have an actual game. There's no scouting report involved. We're playing ourselves. We're going to lift tomorrow. Normally we wouldn't lift on a game day. We're going to lift, and we're going to treat it as an opportunity for us to get better. We're going to show film tomorrow for the game. So for us, it's more of a day where we're trying to get better. I'm also anxious to gauge a little bit our conditioning level. We have yet to go 3 or 4 8-minute scrimmages like we're going to do tomorrow, and so I'm anxious to see. Obviously the teams will be divided up. We're healthy right now. Lord's blessed us with that, so we've got 2 teams of 7, and we'll see if guys can hold up through that duration of that 3 or 4 minute 8-minute scrimmages. So I'll be anxious to see that for sure.
Tell us more about the format of how you're going to do it tomorrow.
Well, I'm going to mix the teams up. Again, for us, it's more like a practice. So I'm going to play different combinations of guys throughout the 8 minutes, and obviously in the scrimmages, I'm going to switch the teams. The orange team will be a completely different set of guys for scrimmage 2, scrimmage 3, or potentially scrimmage 4. So same thing with blue. So we're going to switch it up and evaluate it and use it as an evaluation tool more than anything else.
Is it good for these guys to get in front of fans? A lot of these guys
sure.
In front of fans.
We've had a great build-up. I thought that we had the coaches clinic last weekend. We had 200-plus coaches, and it was the first time our new faces in an Illinois uniform have played in front of people. And, I thought we tried to do a couple things out of character. So it's always good because it is different. So from that standpoint, that was good. And then yesterday was our first opportunity to be in here. So today's our second practice in here. And then tomorrow we have people here and exhibition game next week. So I like the way it builds up. We kind of do that strategically as we prepare our team, for the home opener on November 8th.
Try to keep it pretty basic in this kind of environment.
Oh, no question. Yeah, we're not necessarily because I want to keep it basic, but because we have to be basic right now. We haven't mastered anything yet. Yesterday I noticed that Dustin spent 5 minutes trying to tell the guys where they sit on the bench. The 5 sits here. The 1 sits here. The 4 sits here. So it's like, as I told you at the press conference, in some respects, or in some regards, it's like elementary school. You're trying to pass kindergarten to get to first grade, and then see if we can pass first grade to get to second grade. So, and that's okay. It makes it fun too. Challenging, but fun.
Has there anything surprised you from what you've seen so far?
No, I wouldn't say necessarily. We've learned a lot. Been a lot of different things that we've learned. Surprises. Steve, I don't know on that one. Not necessarily surprises. I do think obviously our what we need more, and we need more of our veterans to be more outspoken. We do. And I keep using the phrase with them. We need them to have meaningful communication with the 9 new faces. You take a guy like Joe. I'm on Joe, and he'll be the first to tell you to talk more. Said at the end of the day, you're older than me. You've been here for 5 years. You've been through ups. You've been through downs. You've been through injuries. You've been through celebrations. You've been through bouncing back from adversity. You've been through all those things. What a shame if our older guys don't share those experiences with the younger guys. And I think they've done okay there, but we need more out of them in terms of meaningful communication.
But the guys who have to sit out this year, this is kind of their one chance to kind of be in front of people.
It is, but we don't want them playing out of character. We want them to do what we do. Obviously, for us, we're very fortunate and blessed in that, the type of year that Ray had last year on the sit-out, has set a pretty high bar, for guys that sit out. And, now it's up to Aaron and Ahmad and Darius to carry their end of the bargain on that deal, and thus far they have, but we still got a long way to go.
John, what were some of the responses from the guys the first time being in here, kind of shooting around, that kind of thing?
Really didn't talk about it, because we, in terms of they were looking forward to being in here. Obviously this is our home court. We love coming over here as much as we can get in here. We love to do that. But those guys also know that, we can't pick and choose venues in postseason tournaments. We can't pick and choose venues, for the Big Ten tournament. The Big Ten makes that decision. We have to play away. We have to play on neutral courts. A lot of times you can't pick the time you play because of television. So we've got to be unconditional, and they know that.
Back to the communication piece. Have the new guys or any of the younger guys stepped up in that area yet, or do you want to see that?
I think Tate is really gifted with communication. So I've encouraged him to continue to communicate. The The other guys are starting to figure things out a little bit more each day. I think in order to communicate, Marcus, you have to have a system of talk. You got to have the desire to speak first, to open your mouth. And then the second thing is you've got to have meaningful communication. For some of the younger guys, as they start to learn more and grasp the system at both ends, they'll be able to communicate in a more meaningful way.
How far can a game like this go towards deciding who gets minutes, things
Sure.
like that?
Well, they're all equal at this point. First of all, again, it's a practice for us more than it is a game, and a very important practice. They all are. We grade out all of them. We evaluate all of them, and I've always said players play players, and we'll that's not going to be any different in this deal. So those guys know right now. We grade it out. It's posted on the door every day. They know how they're doing. And tomorrow's another opportunity for us to gain valuable information and insight about our team.
How do you feel about things defensively coming along?
Some days good, some days not so good. And that's true in all areas, not just defensively. We haven't totally grasped yet the things that are important on the defensive end. We're further along than when we started, but we still got a ways to go there. But our guys know that to be consistent, you have to defend and rebound. Prime example of that was late in the year last year. We didn't shoot the ball real well, but we defended our tails off and we rebounded competitively, and so we were able to play really good basketball at the end of the year. Sometimes shot making can be fleeting, so you've got to defend and rebound, I think, to be consistent. We'll continue to beat that drum.